According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, women are now 10.9% of the construction workforce. And if we look at women in the trades, the number's even lower. 3.9% are women. So for those of us few girls out in the field, it comes as no surprise that most PPE is built for men's bodies rather than women's. And fall protection harnesses are no different. But don't get frustrated yet. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to find the right fit in fall protection harnesses to keep you both safe and comfortable. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Hi, I'm Rachel with Ally Safety. I've tested out fall protection a fair amount before, and I know how it feels to both wear it and be suspended in it. That being said, I'm a safety pro, and I don't wear a harness and lanyard all day, day in and day out like women in the trades. I also don't design fall protection. So for this video, I contacted women in the trades as well as fall protection designers to get you the best possible information so you can choose the best harness to help you be both comfortable and safe while working at heights. What I found might actually surprise you. As mentioned earlier, women often receive standard size harnesses designed for the male frame, which, as you might imagine, can present some serious fit challenges. Luckily for us, OSHA recently revised its rule, and now PPE has to fit properly for each employee. So let's get fitting. To start off with, you need to know the type of harness you need. We're going to be talking about two main types of harnesses based in the way they fit in the chest. Most fall protection harnesses have either an H shape and a D-ring in the back, or they're what's called a crossover harness, which was originally designed for positioning and rescue. These generally have a D-ring in the front, but may also have them in the back. This is important because sometimes we're going to be talking about how crossovers versus the more common H shape may provide different levels of comfort, and you'll want to know the difference between them. Both can be used for fall protection, but for fall arrest, you want to use that back D-ring. Next, if you're wondering about any of the harnesses that I'm wearing in this video, the orange ones are all from Malta Dynamics. I have several that are really comfortable and they're reasonably priced, which is super helpful if you have to buy your own harness. The green and gray one is from MSA. It's a V-fit. This is the crossover one that I had recommended by other women in the field repeatedly, so I wanted to show it as well. Just so you know, this video is not sponsored. So first things first, when looking at harnesses, you want to make sure that your harness complies with ANSI Z359.11. Reputable brands will all have this clearly stated on the product description as well as on a tag. If you're unsure, request the declaration of conformity before you buy. All manufacturers who meet ANSI standards should have this and will have no issues ensuring their products meet the standard. The next question is, do you need a harness that's specifically fit for women? Now, this is a tricky one because the right harness for you is going to depend on the type of work you do along with your unique body shape. In some cases, a women's harness is going to be better, and in other cases, a men's might be. And the reason is, harnesses specifically designed for women's body may come in smaller sizes, which is definitely valuable, and they may be more comfortable. They may also expand more in the hips and fit more correctly in the chest, but it really depends on your own specific build. And the thing that complicates women's fit is some of us are curvy, pear-shaped, top-heavy, bottom-heavy, or just super petite, and there's a lot of variation. So what's good for you might not work well for your female coworkers. That's why a women's-only harness may not help you as much as you'd like. Adjustability and size are really the biggest keys that we want to look for. And the best course of action is to start by choosing the right size, which brings me to my next point. Choose the right size. Let's talk about the three types of harness sizes. There are three main types that you'll want to know. A universal fit is a one size fits all. As you might expect, that can translate to one size fits everyone in the center of the bell curve, and those of us women who tend to be on the ends will likely not have a good fit. It's also good to know that these are generally on the cheaper side and tend to be less comfortable. Dual size harnesses incorporate two sizes. Think like small, medium, or large XL. These are usually mid-range in price. They're a good option if you're like me and you're not super petite and you meet the weight and height of a men's size. It's also a nice option if you're curvy because the extra webbing will have more adjustability in the hips and chest, which is super important. The last is individual sizes. Generally, individual sizes start at a small or extra small through a triple XL. They're going to fit better and have less excess webbing once you adjust them to fit you. If you wear your harness a lot and can have your own that you don't have to share with anyone else, this is definitely the way to go. If you're not sure what size to get, what the experts have recommended to me is always start with the size chart, but also know that if you're a shorter, curvy girl and the only sizing information is weight and height, sizing up may be more likely to provide the webbing you need for your hips or your chest. Next, how to try it on. Let's get started. Okay, this is the Javelina harness from Multidynamics in a size small medium. I've heard good things about this one and this is going to be my first time trying it. This particular one doesn't have a waist strap. So here's the D-ring, we're going to shake it out, kind of find where the straps are. So I could probably go one tighter here, but it's going to be super uncomfortable to work in. So for that reason, I'm going to go to this level and we're going to get it so it's nice and snug. Tuck the excess webbing away in the elastic here. And now do the same on the other side. So if I put my fist down, my hand is flat against my leg here. Now, if I make a fist and pull it back through, it feels like it's going to scrape my hand and actually hurt. So that's a good indication it's tight enough. It feels secure to wear throughout the day. Now, what's going on with this is this chest strap is too high. So we need to get this lower by tightening up these straps. Now, with the excess webbing on here, there's a little slot. You just put it back through here and now it's held securely. So I'm going to tighten up the other side. You can lower this strap just by sliding this down. So you see where there's a hook here, you could just slide it down and slide it down. Now this is a little bit loose for me. It's not quite snug, so I'm going to tighten this as well. Remember, you want this snug, you don't want it to be uncomfortably tight. But if it's not tight enough, it's actually not going to hold you in well when you fall. Too high becomes a choking hazard in a fall, and too low could result in injury to the rib cage if you fall. So right now, with it all adjusted, I feel like I may have to loosen the leg straps throughout the day, but I'm going to try it out and see how it works. It feels comfy, it feels like it's fitting right, everything feels like it's in the right place.
One thing I'm noticing here is I could probably lower this chest strap about another 2 inches and that would be safer. So if you're anything like me and you tend to wear them a little bit high, make sure you double check yourself before you're done adjusting it.
This is the Warthog Max from Multidynamics. This one has a really nice pad that fits around your back. So if you're carrying around a tool belt all day, this is a great one to look at because it's going to help distribute the weight of that tool belt. So again, we're going to start by shaking this out. This is an extra small, so it's more unique to me and may be a little bit better fit. So for this one, I'm going to start with the waist. I'm going to go ahead and cinch it up. Now, my belly button is right here. This one is fitting right on my waist. Now, it's just about where I want it to, but I also want to make sure that if I'm wearing it throughout the day, it's not going to end up a lot lower than about 2 inches below my belly button. So this feels about right. I'm going to tuck away the excess webbing. Now I'm going to tighten the leg straps. When you're adjusting the straps on a harness like this to make the chest fit right and you want them snug, you want it snug, but if it starts to compress so that the H isn't straight up and down and it starts to compress like this, that's when you know it's too far. You don't want to start pulling these straps inward too far because then you're not getting the right fit. Then give it a try to wear throughout the day. You want to keep an eye on it and make sure that it's not getting too loose throughout the day because it could indicate it's not a good fit. Trying on a harness and getting it adjusted is the right start, but you might find it uncomfortable as you actually start to work in it. You'll know that you have a problem if there's too much gaping in the chest strap, if the waist belt starts fitting too low throughout the day, or if the leg loops lose their tension and they need to be refit repeatedly throughout the day. If you have the right fit, but the harness is compressing your chest uncomfortably, some women do the workaround of wearing a sports bra. While this helps, others prefer to go for a crossover type of harness. Now this is the V-Fit from MSA. This is different because it's a crossover. So it does have the D-ring in the back here, and then it's also got a positioning one in the front. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do and slide this one on. Now you can see how this crossover harness fits a little bit differently. It doesn't create an H, it creates more of an X, and that's what you want to see on these ones. The leg straps are nice and tight. I can fit a flat hand through, but I'm not even going to make a fist because it's not going to be able to get all the way through. So this is a nice snug fit for the day. This strap down here, this awkwardly enough, that's called a sub-pelvic strap, and what that does is it keeps your legs from spreading too much during a fall. I've got these straps adjusted so it's the right height. It's tight on the chest without being uncomfortable, being nice and snug. And I feel like I could wear this throughout the day and be pretty comfortable. Here's what it looks like on the front and on the back. I find that this is actually really comfortable on the chest. If you are somebody with a bigger chest, you may feel a little bit exposed, or like Xena Warrior Princess, it kind of goes either way. And that's how to find the right fit in a fall protection harness. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Hi, Rachel from Ally Safety here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the Ally Safety Toolbox Talk membership at allysafety.com. There, you'll find an entire library of videos that are created to make safety entertaining. I'll see you there at allysafety.com.